Problem is that you're going to ruin lives in the process of being who you truly are. And that's going to make you feel monstrous. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Poly Vlog. I am vlogging now. It is after 11 o'clock. I'm home alone tonight. We went out for Stephanie's birthday. We went to dinner and dessert, and then to a local brewery where we tried some sample craft beers. It was a lot of fun. Tonight I wanted to take an opportunity to address a MisAdventures in non-monogamy. Yeah, good time to clear the air about some things. The MisAdventures in non-monogamy is designed to allow you to take examples from me as a mistake maker in the last few years. Learn from my mistakes and maybe save a little heartbreak of your own. I've screwed up enough that if polyamory had a high council, that I would have been kicked out of the organization already. In 2012, I was in an accident. It was pretty devastating, almost killed me. After they saved my life and they started doing surgeries multiple days in a row, I ended up being bedridden for 6 months and suffering 7 repeated surgeries over the course of the next 2.5 years in order to try and restore my hip and leg to a good working order. The final result of that is I do walk with a limp, and one leg is significantly shorter than the other one. So, right before the accident, I started dating a girl. We were in a committed relationship. Now, we had gotten into the relationship. She had a full explanation I was polyamorous. I met her at a lifestyle party for swingers. And so I thought she had a pretty good understanding of what it meant to me to be a polyamorous man. But much further after that, we didn't get a chance to have a discussion because I was in a car accident. Now I tried to push her away in the beginning, but she clung to me. And she rode through with me the entire way and took care of me and cheered me on and helped me bathe for 2.5 years. She's a wonderful woman. She endured me while I was going through my physical and emotional and mental hell. And that's saying a lot because I was a pain in the ass. Camera's acting up, I apologize. So fast forward 2.5 years. I'm on the mend, things are getting better. I get out of a wheelchair and I'm onto a cane, and then ultimately I start feeling more independent. I also got more confident again. And things were going well between her and I proposed. She said yes. Lost the camera there for a second, sorry. So all this stuff was going great with my fiance. And then not even a month later, I met a new girl. And that's when the fight started. My fiance and I had some issues recognizing what relationship we were in. I had believed sincerely that I had told her that I was a polyamorous man, and I presumed she knew what that meant. Weeks into our relationship, I get into an accident, and so in my perspective is that romance in general has got to be put on the back burner because I'm enduring utter hell. She presumes that the accident has changed everything, that I'm actually in a monogamous relationship with her, and the proposal sealed it. She thought I was committing to a life of monogamy. We both had a misunderstanding. But if you think about that, that's a 2.5 year long, deep misunderstanding. And I had plenty to go on. I mean, I told her in the beginning I was polyamorous. Thought she understood what that meant. Had the polyamorous books around the house. And she even joked on a monthly basis, hey, when you get a new girlfriend, or when we get a girlfriend, X, Y, Z, doesn't matter what she said. But she joked around about it. So the battlefield was set, and the fight went on for months. I refused to concede because my belief was that if I let go and let her have it, that I was going to end up committing to a monogamous relationship for as long as our relationship would last. She would not come to terms with what she felt was rejection through my wanting somebody else in my life. her confidence and self-esteem was so deeply tied to the idea that I loved her and only her, and that she was special. She was special, but that has nothing to do with it. I refused to give up the other girl. I kept fighting to be with her, and that was probably foolhardy of me. But my belief was that if I gave up, it would end up me conceding on a lifestyle change. I tried to get her to understand that if not this girl, then the next girl, or the next girl, or the next girl, that there would always be another girl. And that as things progressed, we would continue to have this problem, because polyamory is my nature. I'm always going to be interested in people. Now my fiance, she was of course devastated. Obviously. She had a ring on her finger and had this idea that we were going to live happily ever after. I crashed her whole world down, as she understood it, around her, and stood self-righteously in the ashes. So it went on like this for a while. Eventually I did have to put the relationship with the new girl away and break that off and send her on her way. Things got ugly there for a little while, and I did it to protect everybody. The end result was that after a few months of peace, she did come to terms with me being polyamorous, began to kind of understand what that was, and actually wanted to give it a shot herself and try non-monogamy. A few months later, she met a really great guy, and they hit it off, and as they grew closer, she and I grew apart. And I'm thinking it was because of the pain and the damage that I caused her when we were fighting. Sometimes you can't undo the things you've done. You can't unsay the things you've said. They're still together now and very happy. The other girl, she and I tried to get back together, and that went okay for a little while. I gave it a shot, but the damage that had occurred in the beginning was done. And although I tried to get around it and tried to look past it, at no point did spending time with her not make me remember all of the pain and all of the trauma that had happened from the beginning. And that's all I could think about when we were together. So I ended up having to let her go too. She's a fantastic woman, but I could not get around the trauma, and she did not deserve to be led on as long as it took for me to realize that. I should have just let her move on, and I ended up causing her more pain. So my advice, if you're living for an extended amount of time, whether you've ever committed to being polyamorous to your spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend or anybody, but you've not been living in a polyamorous, actively dating lifestyle, you need to continue to make sure that you both have a clear understanding of the relationship dynamic that you're a part of. Because allowing each other to just assume based on actions just won't cut it. Don't take your partner for granted, and don't take their understanding that they just know where you're at in the relationship for granted. Constantly go and discuss your boundaries. And do this before you meet the next person that you want to be with, that you fall for. Otherwise, the love that you feel is going to turn into spite and pain and self-righteous indignation for you to be the free thinker. And the problem is that you're going to ruin lives in the process of being who you truly are. And that's going to make you feel monstrous. Take it from me, I know. Thank you guys for viewing the Poly Vlog. If this is your first time, please subscribe. We post on Tuesdays and Thursdays in our continual effort to improve the understanding and practice of polyamory and help promote conscious, loving choices in romantic relationships. See the description box below for more information as to our website, our Facebook and Twitter pages, and go to Facebook and become a fan. Give us a thumbs up if you like this, and see you next time. Bye.